Okay. Let's turn off notifications. Voila. Welcome to my live students and people watching this on the replay later. We're going to start on our backs again. Tucking the heels towards the butt. Go ahead and butterfly the knees out and place the hands on the belly. And we're just going to start to notice the breath. In through the nose, past the throat, as it fills the stomach, and out again. And as we do this practice, I'm going to ask you to extend those inhales and exhales. But for now, just breathing naturally. Checking in on your body, seeing what you need in this practice. And then going ahead and setting an intention for the day. The intention's like a goal, but it's something that you're doing consciously in the present moment. It's not future-based. So that when you do yoga with intention, you're doing yoga with purpose and on purpose. It also gives you a focus point to come back to when your mind starts to wander. Big inhale in. Exhale, sigh. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. One more. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Next breath, out through the nose. In. Out through the nose. Pull those knees into the chest and give that lower spine a little rock back and forth. Good. Take the soles down to the mat and let your knees fall naturally to the right. Open up your arms like a T. Long breaths in and out. Just starting to wake up our body. Inhale, pull those knees into the chest, giving that spine a little rock back and forth. Soles of the feet come to the mat. Let the knees fall to the left and open up the arms like a T. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Knees back into the chest. One last squeeze. And then we're going to rock to a seated position. Legs are crossed. Hands are on the knees. Sit on your butt. Sit. All the way. Sit. Good dog. Tucking the head down to tucking the chin down to the chest. Long breaths in and out. And up to the sky. Taking your head to the shoulder. And the other shoulder. Half circles. Just from shoulder to shoulder. One more each side. Good. Neutral spine. Swing those arms up, interlace the fingertips, and look up towards the ceiling, really stretching out your arms and your back. Inhale. And exhale. Letting go with one arm, take it over to the side. And the other side. One more on each side. Good. If there's anything on your mat, go ahead and clear it off. We're going to come to all fours. Stacking those hips right underneath the knees. Fingertips are wide. On the inhale, you're going to arch that back, lift that chin. On the exhale, rounding that spine, pushing all the air out. Inhale, arch. Exhale, rounding that back. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale. And exhale. One more in. And out. Neutral spine. Go ahead and take those hips side to side, little figure eights, just warming up our back. Then from here, I want you to tuck those toes. We're going to go into our first downward facing dog. But before we do so, I just want to make sure as you lift those hips up, keep those knees soft and bent. And so that's our first one. Big inhale. Exhale, push those hips up. Go ahead and pedal those feet out. Bending both knees, look towards the top of your mat. And then straighten them, still keeping those knees soft. And bend. And straighten. One more, bend the knees. And straighten. Pedaling out the feet some more. Then take the knees to the mat. They go wide. Your big toes touch as you sink those hips back, really reaching forward into child's pose. You're going to be here for several breaths. Sorry, there is a bug right in front of my mat that I absolutely have to get rid of, or I will be distracted the entire practice. Just stay in child's pose for now. Long breaths in and out. 3 more. I don't want to kill you, buddy, but you are super in my way. Yeah, go that way. I'll put you outside after. Inhale, coming up to all fours. Hips are stacked under the knees. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Three breaths here. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Taking the knees to the mat again, they go wide. Press back to child's pose. This pose is always here for you during the practice if you need a break. Really reaching those fingertips forward. It's a relaxing pose, but you can activate it by stretching those arms up. Inhale, come to all fours. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Two more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take baby steps and walk towards the top of your mat. You're going to catch opposite elbows, keeping those knees soft. Just hang like a rag doll. Good. Release the arms. Come rolling to a stand, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Your shoulders are going to come last, up, back, down. Good. Shake it out. Grab water if you need it. I swear to God, bug, if you don't stay on that side of the room, we're not going to be friends. Inhale. Swing the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come through heart center. Keep the knees soft. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, place those palms down. Step back left and right into a plank. If this is too much for you, take the knees to the mat. Then using your arms, slowly lower yourself all the way onto your belly. Take your cheek to the mat and give your hips a rock back and forth. Hands are right underneath the shoulder blades, lifting the chest, but keeping the bottom of your rib cage on the mat. Baby cobra. Exhale back down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale back down. Last one. Inhale, baby cobra, really drawing those shoulders apart. Exhale back down. The next one, inhale all the way up to upward facing dog. Your whole rib cage is off and your upper thighs are off the mat. Exhale back down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale back down. Last one, inhale, upward facing dog. Go ahead and tuck both of those toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Baby steps to the top of the mat. And you're gonna roll to a stand. Shoulders come last, up, back, down. Shake it out. We're gonna do the same exact thing. Big inhale, arms swing up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, place those palms down. Step back left and right into a plank. Taking those knees down to the mat if you need to. And using those arms to slowly lower yourself onto your belly. Good, untuck those toes. Give those hips a rock back and forth. Big inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. The knees come to the mat, they go wide, we press back to a child's pose. Inhale, come into all fours. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Baby steps to the top of the mat. And we roll to a stand. Go ahead and shake it out, grab water if you need it. Same exact thing. Let's go over Tadasana. Tadasana is whenever you're standing at the top of your mat. Your feet are going to be hip width distance apart. And if you imagine that your feet are actually a rectangle, your toes are the corners, your heels are the back corners, playing with those corners to find your balance. When you find it, you're at your most stable. So while it looks like you're just standing there, you're actually actively standing here. Whenever we come up from a vinyasa, we're going to end in Tadasana, standing. So standing nice and tall. Big inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, place those palms down, stepping back to plank. Taking the knees down if you need to. Coming down to a half push-up. Then all the way to your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Pedaling out those feet again. Pouring all of the weight into your right foot. Take your left leg up to the sky. You can stay right here, or if this feels good, go ahead and open up the hip to the side and bend the knee. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, square those hips, take the foot down. Pouring all of the weight into the left foot, take the right leg up to the sky. Staying right here, or if you'd like, open up the hip to the side and bend that knee. Long breath in. And out. Square those hips, take the right leg down. Downward facing dog, 2 breaths here. Baby steps, top of the mat. And roll to a stand. Shoulders come last. Grab water if you need it. And again, we're going to find ourselves all together in Tadasana. Standing, feet are hip width distance apart. You're going to take your right foot. You're going to step it backwards. The foot's going to be at a 45. It's going to be pointing to the corner. You're going to stack your hip or pivot your hips to the square your hips. That's the word I want. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Bend that left knee. I want it to be right over that ankle, not past. Arms come up, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, give a slight rise. Exhale, rebend that knee. Inhale, slight rise. Exhale, bend that knee. One more, in. And out. Inhale, straighten that front knee. Open the arms up. We're going to set up for warrior two. You might need to lengthen your stride just a little bit. Rebending that left knee. Your gaze is going to be over those front fingertips. But give that back arm a glance and make sure that it's not flying low or high. Long breaths in and out. Two more, in and out. Last one, inhale and exhale. Inhale, straighten that front knee, flip the palm and reverse the warrior back, really reaching towards the ceiling. Two more breaths here. Inhale, arms swing up again. This time you're going to rock those hips to the back of your mat, really reaching towards the front of your mat. Let the arms pivot into triangle. Your hand's going to either be at your thigh, your knee, your shin, or the floor, but whatever gives you the most space. So for most of us, we're going to be at the thigh or the knee. With the triangle, it's about finding not perfect straight lines, but space in our shoulders and our spine. Two more breaths here. Inhale, swing those arms up, rebend that front knee. We're going to swing the arms again. And again, that left hand can be on the thigh, the shin, or all the way to the floor for side angle. One more breath here. And out. Look down at that left foot. Place both of your palms on the inside of the foot and pop that back heel up so that you're in a low lunge. Deep breaths in and out. One more. Give that back knee a bend and hop that back foot forward about a foot. We're going to fold over that left leg. This is a perfect spot that if you have blocks or a box or something, if you can't actually make it all the way to the floor, to use as a prop. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Step that right foot to the left foot. We're in Tadasana. Bend both of those knees as you stand up. Swing the arms up. You're now in chair pose. Really engaging your core. Don't let your thighs do all the work here. Good. One more breath. And out. Inhale, straighten those legs. And shake it out. Get water if you need it. We're going to do the other side. Standing in Tadasana, feet are hip width distance apart. You're going to take that left foot back. It's going to be at a 45. Square the hips to the front of the mat. Bend that right knee. It's going to stack right over the ankle. Arms are going to come up. Warrior one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slight rise. Exhale, bend that knee. Inhale, slight rise. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straighten that front knee. Opening the arms up, setting up for warrior two. You might need to lengthen that stride just a little bit. Rebending that right knee. You're going to gaze over those fingertips. Glance back that back arm. Make sure it's parallel to the floor. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straightening that front knee. Flip the palm. Reverse the warrior to the back. Really reaching towards that ceiling. One more breath here. Inhale, arms swing up. Rock the hips towards the back of the room, really reaching towards the front of your mat as you pivot the arms for triangle on the other side. Again, your hand can be at the thigh, your knee, the shin, or the floor. Whatever gives you the most space and length. No crunching. No crunching, no sharp pain. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, the arms swing up. We rebend that front knee and the arms swing again. The hand can be on the thigh, the shin, or all the way to the floor for a side angle. Two more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, looking down at that right foot. Place both palms on the inside of the foot. Pop that back heel up, low lunge. Good, give that back knee a bend. Hop that back foot forward about a foot. We're gonna forward fold over the legs. Grab blocks or a prop if you need it. Two more breaths here. Last one. Step that left foot to the right. Feet are hip width distance apart. Bend both knees. Let the arms swing up. Chair pose. Engage that core. And straighten the legs. Shake it out. Grab a water if you need it. Or in my case, coffee. Work on some balancing poses. With balance, our balance tends to change throughout the day. And almost everybody has a stronger side than the other. Tree pose. You're going to take your foot. It can be on the inner calf, the knee. If it's on the knee, make sure that you're not putting a lot of pressure on the knee. Or it can be all the way up to the inner thigh. Hands can be at heart center, or they can be up to the sky. With balancing poses, it helps if you look at something in the room that's not moving. And the goal is to hold this for 3 or 4 breaths. Good. And then taking it out, shake it out. We're going to do the other side. I have dog hair everywhere. It is your fault, buddy. Other foot, inner shin, knee, or upper thigh. This is my weak side. Hands to heart center or up to the sky. One more breath. Beautiful. Shake it out. Warrior 3. I'm going to do it so that you can see it from the side. You're going to tap your right toe back. Hands are going to be on your hips. You're going to hinge at the hips and lift that foot up. To your ability, really engaging that core. Don't let this thigh do all the work. Your hands can stay on your hips. They can come to heart center, or they can come out like wings. Whatever works best for you in your balance. And again, the goal is to hold this for 3 or 4 breaths. Pick a spot on the floor that's not moving. Good. Coming up, shake it out. We're gonna do the other side. Mr. Bug, I swear to God. So we get stink bugs in the summertime and they're supposed to be super dead, but like one appears in our house like every day, and I don't like to kill them or anything, but they creep me out like so bad. And they're so slow moving, like stick bugs. Blah, just do not like it. Feet are hip width distance apart. Tapping that left toe back. Hands are on the hips. You're gonna hinge, lifting that left toe up off the ground. Engage the core. Hands can stay on your hips, go to heart center, or go out like wings. One more breath. Good. Shake it out. We're going to come down into our seated position. Legs are going to be extended in front of you. Nobody likes you. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands are going to come up. Folding over your legs to your ability. If you're here, that's fine. If you're here, that's fine. Or you can grab your toes. What I don't want to see is a lot of bent knees and crunching over it. So if you're here, but you have length, that's perfect. Sit. Thank you, buddy. Coming up, pull the soles of your feet in and butterfly those knees out. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Grab onto your feet like they're a book. Big inhale. Exhale, fold over. You can use your elbows to push out the knees just a little bit. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to turn to the side on our mat. You're going to take your foot to your inner thigh. Reaching for that extended leg, you're going to come over the side of it. With that extended leg, that arm that's over your head, Bring it around so that it's behind that knee. Your arm that's extended towards the extended leg is going to swing up. You're going to lift those hips up. Good, slowly coming down. We're going to reverse the feet. Other foot on the inner thigh. Reaching for that extended leg and then coming over the side. You're a very silly dog. Hand that's to the sky, comes down behind that kneecap. Other arm swings up overhead as you lift those hips up. Good, reach a little bit higher, and then come all the way down. Go ahead and lay on your back on your mat. And hug those knees back into the chest. Giving them a rock back and forth. Letting the soles of your feet come down to the mat. Inch them towards your butt. You're going to press those hips up to the sky. You can stay right here. Here is perfect. Or you can inch those shoulder blades together and interlace the hands underneath. Take those hips up a little bit higher. Release the hands if they're interlaced and release your spine all the way to the mat. Windshield wiper those knees back and forth. And then planting the soles of the feet, inch those heels back towards your butt. Lift the hips to the sky. Try not to crunch your neck. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hips come up just a little bit higher. And then exhale all the way down to the mat. Knees go side to side. Planting the soles of the feet. Last one. Lift the hips up to the sky. Really engaging this core. Don't let your thighs do all the work they try to. A little bit higher. Then all the way down to mat. Swing those knees side to side. And then pull them into your chest. Rocking out that spine. Using your 3 first fingers, grab your big toes and open up those hips for happy baby. Good. Hug the knees back into the chest. Holding onto your right knee, extend that left leg all the way to the mat. Then using your left hand, draw that right knee across your body. Your butt and back will come off the mat. Open up your right arm like a wing. Really twisting out, rinsing out that spine. Good. Inhale, both knees back into the chest. This time, holding onto that left knee, extending the right leg all the way down to the mat. Using that right hand, draw the left knee across the body, opening that left arm like a wing. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Both knees come back into the chest. Last little squeeze. Soles of the feet come down to the mat. Butterfly those knees out. Hands come to the belly. From here, we're going to let go of those big, deep breaths. And just breathe naturally. Coming back to that intention you set beginning of the practice. Eyes can be shut. And when you're ready, sending both feet towards the corners of the mat. Arms can come along your sides, palms up, eyes shut. And slowly do a scan of your body. We tend to hold a lot of tension in our knees, our spine, our shoulders, and our jaw. So consciously relaxing, just letting the floor support you. You've done all of the work. Now I just want you to rest. And then when you find your mind starting to pinball all around like our minds do, come back to that intention, come back to how your body feels, and come back to the breath. I'll bring you out of this in a few minutes. Starting to move those fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Take your arms overhead, big good morning stretch. Then leaving your right arm up, you're gonna curl onto your right hand side, cushioning your head with that arm. When you're ready, pushing yourself to a seated position. Legs are crossed. Hands on the knees, sitting up nice and tall. 2 breaths to close the class. Big inhale. Exhale, sigh. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. We moved a lot of parts today that a lot of you aren't going to be used to moving. Please drink your water. Please do light stretches before bed. Legs up the wall is really good. Child's pose is perfect. Namaste. I hope to see you again.